Have you ever noticed when you fail, people support you, but when you succeed, the room falls into an awkward silence? They congratulate you, but you don't really feel like they mean it. They smile, but that smile isn't entirely sincere, because some people don't truly celebrate your success. Your success reminds them of what they lack. Think about this. It's Monday morning and you're at the weekly meeting. As your boss is speaking, he suddenly mentions your name. The person with the highest performance this quarter is you. Congratulations. There's a brief round of applause. You smile too. But when you look around, you notice something odd. The applause is short-lived. Some just nod politely. The meeting continues. A few minutes later, the topic shifts. It's as if your name hadn't been mentioned at all. During lunch break, you realize no one is coming over to you. In fact, as a colleague walks past you in the hallway. Well, you were lucky this quarter. You had an easy client group, they say. You're inwardly surprised. You worked day and night all month. That wasn't luck. It was hard work. But they don't want to see that, because your success clashes with their own stories. And the human brain doesn't like conflict. That's why they struggle to accept your success. This is exactly where a dark psychology, often overlooked in the workplace, comes into play. Some people are uncomfortable with your success. What you've gained doesn't mean they've lost. But in their minds, it feels that way. In social psychology, this is called the zero-sum bias. In other words, in an environment where resources are limited, people perceive another's gain as their own loss. When some people see you succeed, they associate it with their own losses. When you get promoted, praised, or achieve success, the question, "Why not me?" comes to their minds. The first reason, people compare themselves to you. According to Leon Festinger's theory, people determine their own worth by comparing themselves to others. When you succeed, those around you unconsciously feel inferior to you. This may not be a conscious thought, but the brain constantly asks, "Where do I stand?" The success of a colleague in the same department causes more discomfort than the success of a colleague far away. Why? Because comparing yourself to someone close is easier and more painful. When someone sharing your desk gets promoted, the question, "Why didn't I?" is inevitable. Another reason. Ego pressure. Your success can threaten someone else's ego, especially if someone sees themselves as the best in the team. Their confidence is shaken when you come along and perform better than them. They may start questioning themselves or try to downplay your success. They'll try to protect their ego with thoughts like, "They were just lucky," or "I'm doing harder things." And then there are moments when a sense of justice comes into play. Some coworkers feel uncomfortable with your success because they think you don't deserve it. "My job was harder. He was just lucky." This is a common cognitive distortion people fall into. They exaggerate their own efforts while trying to downplay yours. Another reason, jealousy. When you get promoted, some people either think, "I wish it were me," or in a darker way feel, "I wish it weren't him." Subconsciously, another person's success is encoded as pain in their minds. And to alleviate that pain, they either downplay your success or distance themselves from you. Another factor is related to status and the realization of their own shortcomings. When you get promoted, some colleagues at the same level realize they're now below you. This doesn't change their actual status, but it upends their perceived status. "We used to be equals. Now they're above us." The brain perceives this loss of status as a threat and automatically develops a distant behavior in response. At the same time, your success reminds them that they haven't achieved their own goals or met their expectations. Maybe they expected a promotion but didn't get it. Maybe they expected praise but didn't receive it. Maybe they worked hard but didn't see results. Your successes make them see their own situation more clearly, creating a painful awareness. The brain chooses the easiest way to avoid this pain, to distance itself from you, to act aloof and cold. So what should you do? Because this isn't just a psychology lesson, it's one of the realities you face every day in the workplace. When people notice your success, they may react strangely, act distant, or unconsciously belittle you. But don't worry, There are ways to overcome this situation, and with the right strategies, you can both maintain your own performance and stand stronger in the workplace. Number 1, take credit for your success and don't apologize. You've successfully completed the project and achieved a great result. There's no need to downplay your role or apologize for this. You can say, "We completed the project and achieved the result we expected, and the team was very supportive." Here, you're both acknowledging your own success and diffusing ego by including the team. When you stand your ground without defending yourself, people might feel uncomfortable, but they also recognize your value and leadership. Number 2, contextualize your success by saying, "The strategies I implemented in this project worked." You can present your success not as a coincidence, but as a planned and repeatable process. This way, success becomes a repeatable process. You're seen not just as a lucky person, but as someone who thinks strategically and acts with a plan. A strategic person, however, appears not as a threat, but as someone who is instructive and inspiring. Strategy number 3, involve others. People love being in the spotlight of success, but if that light is only on you, others will resent you because they're left in the dark. Say, "We did it" instead of "I did it." If there's genuine teamwork, it's already the right thing to do. But even if there isn't, acknowledge small contributions. Your success is no longer just yours. It's something shared by others, and people don't resent success they're a part of. Number 4, be quiet. Sometimes you don't have to show everyone everything you've achieved. The more you shout about it, the more you trigger jealousy in others, and this comes back to hinder you. Keeping some victories known only to you and the decision makers makes you an unapproachable and strategic player. Some victories are celebrated in silence. Number 5, think long term. At first, people's reactions might surprise you. They might act distant, be cold, or try to downplay your achievements. But most of the time, these reactions aren't permanent. As people get used to the new situation, that discomfort gradually fades. When you consistently deliver good work, success stops being a surprise. Over time, it begins to be seen as your standard. And when people get used to something, it no longer seems like a threat. That's why patience is the most important thing. Instead of getting caught up in short-term reactions, focus on building a reputation over the long term. Because over time, people take seriously not those with fleeting successes, but those who consistently perform well. Some people will be uncomfortable with your success. This isn't your fault. It's often related to their own psychology. The key is to share your success without downplaying it, but do so wisely. Because professional life isn't just about success, it's about managing relationships. Let's be honest, what do you feel when you see those faces go silent as your success is discussed? In the next video, we'll explore another important question. Why do some employees become easy targets at work?